Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have a truly amazing video for you guys today, a big eye-opener for a lot of us. Now, my last video was about how Miami is absolutely booming. As a matter of fact, actually, the whole East Coast is booming. The West Coast is crashing, East Coast is booming. Seriously, it's kind of crazy. But, at the same time, I think the West Coast is very inflated and salaries are just not catching up. And I do think that if the West trend continues, it might bleed over into the East Coast. But for now, Miami is absolutely booming. So I made a video about it. And like whenever I start making videos about Miami, I always start with like the affordable housing. And then very quickly, I end up by the beach looking at $45 million mansions. Not good for any of us. I mean, they're fun to look at. Obviously, anywhere around this area is just incredibly expensive and incredibly beautiful. But again, it's incredibly unattainable for most people. So, after I made the video, I'm kind of hanging out and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what's the actual cheapest house you can get in Miami right now. Like the cheapest. And now you can always get really cheap apartments, but I wanted to not put apartments in my search because most apartments have HOA fees, and I also didn't want to have trailer parks. I wanted to actually have a house with no HOA fees, and the reason is because when you buy a property with no HOA fees, you're able to finance a lot more, right? It is very normal to see, communities in Miami where you can buy a nice condo or an apartment for like, 200, 300, $400,000 and they look really nice, but that HOA fee is like $600-700. It's insane because a lot of the communities in Miami have a pool area, basketball, tennis courts, they have security, and they have clubhouses, and even in very small neighborhoods, they all try to have that. And you know what? That costs a lot of money. And that's why usually the smaller communities, the HOA tends to be higher just because it takes that much more, it's less tenants to be able to pay for all the amenities. So anyway, so I started thinking, forget HOAs, what is the absolute cheapest house? And I found it. And it sort of blew my mind. Because here it is. Let's just jump right in. Look at this. This is in 30 Northwest 45th Street. So just to give you, let me go back to the map. It's fairly centralized. I mean, it's not in the best neighborhood in the world. It's sort of behind the airport right here. It is close to Miami Springs, which is a nice neighborhood. But in general, I mean, it's not the best of the best neighborhoods. But look, this is right now the cheapest house you can buy in basically South Florida and Miami for the most part. Metro Miami, right? Not just the city of Miami, but all the Miami area. So for $185,000, you get 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 720 square foot, which is very, very tiny. Now, when I look at the photos right off the top, I can tell you it is definitely pretty janky. But let's go through the photos and see if it's worth it, right? Remember, there's no HOA fee. I'm going to go over how much your monthly payment will be to live here. But look, actually the neighbor's house looks decent. Look, it looks like it's got a camera, it's got some lights. Actually, this could be a really, really good investment. Now, the side here, I mean, there's a little bit of riffraff with all this cables and stuff, but it looks fairly clean-ish. The inside obviously needs a little bit of work. Look how ghetto all the cables look. But again, you come in here, not that much square footage. You could just tear everything apart and paint and go to Home Depot and start fixing up your place. The kitchen actually looks really nice for this for this price. Now look at all this work right here. There was probably a leak. This is something that you cannot overlook. I mean, because you at the end of the day do not want to be buying somebody else's problem. So definitely a big deal. Looking up here. The discoloration is, this is when you go to your real estate agent and your inspector and be like, hey, why they do that? Why they fix it like that? So this is a big area of concern. But as far as the cabinets, they look decent. This door looks pretty janky. It looks like it has a hole. Don't like that at all. But again, this is the cheapest house in Miami. Look, and it even comes with a pool. Outside looks pretty beat up. But hey, we're gonna jump in and see how much this would cost you. Look, you even get a shed right here. I mean, it's not the worst house in the world. And again, it is the cheapest in Miami right now. And some people might see some potential here. Here's the washer and dryer outside. It looks super duper janky. I mean, it definitely needs a lot of work. Look, that's actually looks like a nice wheel for a bike. I mean, I don't know what this person does here, but yeah, this is it, the cheapest house in Miami. So let's jump over to the mortgage calculator and see how much this would cost us if we put 20% down, and what's our monthly going to look like. Let's jump in and check that out. And here it is, guys. This is how much you would be paying. Now, if you guys want to find this out for yourself and take this first. Now, here it is. Your totally monthly income payment would be $1,268. Now, that's only if you're putting 20% down. So you would need $37,000. You would be getting a 30-year fixed rate at 7.361%. And yeah, I mean, your home insurance will be about $648. So there you go, guys. $1,200, almost $1,300. Now, this is just a rough estimate. Obviously, you have to, when you go in and you talk to a loan officer, they'll break down the exact numbers. But just to give you an idea, it would cost you $1,268 to live here in what I call the cheapest house in Miami right now. Okay, guys, what do you think? Is it worth it? Would you pay $1,300 to live here and own a piece of Miami real estate? Let me know. Please comment down below. And yeah, this was fun. If you guys want me to check out the cheapest house in your city, please comment down below and I will jump in and make you that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.